Welcome everybody. This is the Future is Female podcast. I am Zachary King, and I am here with the beautiful Laveta Cameron. Laveta Cameron, for those who don't know, I met her 4 years ago now at this point, right?
It's been a few years, yeah.
Yeah, I met you at 4 years ago at Kyrie Terrell. Shout out to Kyrie. He had we had like a casting call at a hotel. What was doing? He was doing
relationship skits.
He was doing relationship skits. Right. And I want to walk you to your car, and I remember at first, I'm like, just like any other man, I'm like, damn, she's fine. She's decent.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
But as I talked to you a little bit more, it became a true brother and sisterhood, and it was like, man, you became truly my friend during this journey. Every time I've ever asked of you to come through, you have come through for me, and I truly appreciate you. So, and this is what this is about. This is not about women beating their chest or anyone beating their chest. It's more or less about being vulnerable, being honest, being forthcoming, and giving those that we care about a platform to show how special they really are.
Well, thank you for having me, Zachary. Thanks for having me here today.
No doubt. So I done talked about you. I done, done blushed all about you. So can you please tell the listener audience a little bit about you? What it is that you do? And after that, we're going to get into your journey, okay?
Okay. Well, like Zachary said, I am Laveta Cameron, and I am a producer, director, I'm an actress, a technical director, and I'm an administrative consultant, and I'm a martial artist. And yeah, I do a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah, I know there was a whole list that I gave you, but I do it. I really do it all.
No, you really do. And the one of the most beautiful qualities about you is that your willingness to strive and grow and do more. It wasn't always like that. You started off as a what? What did you start off doing?
Initially, I just wanted to be an actress. That was my initial thing. And then I started, wasn't getting the roles that I wanted. I didn't see the type of roles I wanted to play. They weren't there. So I started my own production company, Lady Ninja Storm Productions. For that, I started writing the roles that I wanted to play and telling the stories I wanted to tell, because I didn't see any of that. I wanted to see hand-to-hand combat. It wasn't so much of that, in the indie world. I wanted to see that, and I wanted to play those roles. So I wanted to create roles and opportunities for myself as well as for other people. And then that's when I fell in love with production. So now, besides being in front of the camera, I am behind the camera. Now I find myself more times than not behind the camera than in front of the camera these days. So I started working, as producing, as a producer and director for other films and other people. And then, like a year and a half ago, I started learning how to work the ATEM, the Black Magic ATEM. So I became a technical director.
All right. So for those who don't know what the ATEM is, please break it down.
So the Black Magic ATEM Mini Extreme ISO is what I usually switch on for live streaming. And, as we're doing the podcast, you're using the ATEM right now, switching between the camera angles. It's multi-camera, multi-view. And I usually sit at Video Village and look at all the monitors and make sure I'm always the one before we start, say, hey, fix that, fix your necklace, fix this, fix the hair, fix the background, backdrops, making sure the camera's in focus and telling the DPs, director of photographers, like, hey, this is out of focus, or I want to see this shot instead of that, or let's zoom in a little closer here. So I'm like, during a live stream, I'm actually switching between, as if you would see it on television, different angles. So I'm switching the camera angles, like, okay, this person's talking, we switch here and there. So I've been learned a few things on set, and I've also been buying my own gear. So now I go to set and I have my own gear. So I'm part of crew.
You are a boss. I give you that. You
I am
are
a boss.
True boss.
Thank you.
You are a boss. Let me ask you a question. How was it hard? How was it getting into those spaces? Like, a lot of times with you being a beautiful actress, I can imagine that the thinking would be, hey, we need you in front of the camera. But you're saying, hold on, I'm just as good as behind. So what is it like getting behind the camera?
I didn't want to just be another pretty face. So thank you for the compliments. I love being in front of the camera, acting or taking pictures, modeling. But I'm also intelligent. And I was able to pick up they would teach me things. And I was able to learn how to work the equipment. Like first, for the ATEM, for example, Kyrie Terrell, he first introduced me to that. And then I started working with Brian Kyle Atkins, and he was teaching me as well different things on the ATEM. And on your podcast, Zachary, where you gave me opportunities and working with Eric Lovett, doing a cooking show. So I've been, on different shows and sets as the technical director and making money, making a living doing it. So it's also been interesting because usually I'm the most times one of very few, if not the only female on set. And I found it also difficult at times I have to work my way into those spaces because they don't always respect you as a female, as a woman, and you have to earn their trust and respect so they realize, oh, you know what you're talking about. Oh, you know what the Cat 5 does? Oh, okay, you have this. Okay, you have the converter. You know how to use the equipment. And be able to know that, when I'm shooting in with the ATEM, it's recording at 1080. Okay, yes, I'm knowing with the camera shooting out of. Okay, we want to see Rec 709. So I'm learning on set and talking to the different, people like you behind the camera. I'm talking to you all the time, learning, and you have to gain the respect before I'm like fully listened to, before people take me serious. Like, oh, okay, she knows what she's talking about. So I thank you, Zachary.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate being a catalyst. I mean,
yes,
honestly, I think anybody who know you will be happy to have you on board. So I'm just like, while you're thanking me, I'm like, hey, look, I just did what any smart person would do, and that is have you on board. So, but with that being said, let me ask about the Philadelphia film scene.
Mm-hmm.
How is that? Like, what have your experiences been? I mean, you named a lot of good people in there who are doing some really big things in the city. So, what have your experiences been like?
I will say some people, these days I have not been submitting myself because I've been so busy production-wise schedule. So I'm still acting, but the roles I'm getting are from directors that, that know my work, they know my history, and they see my IMDb. They're like, okay, seen some films I've been in. They've been casting me. So I've been casting their films. And then other ones, some people might call me at the last second because something happened with an actress or whatever. They know I come through and pull off the role like that. So they'll call me up and say, hey, can you come down to set? Sometimes in a couple of hours, and I'm there. I'm like, all right, what you need me to do? What's the role? And then I'll just come do whatever I got to do and out. But I've become reliable, so they know they can call on me to do that. Mm-hmm. So that's cool. I'm grateful for the opportunities. I'll tell you that.
No, I appreciate that. Let me switch gears a little bit about parenting, because you are a mom as well.
I am a mommy. Oh my goodness, my babies.
Right. So what is it, the balance like of being a actress and a manager, and also being a mother? What is that about?
Well, my kids, first off, let me tell how old they are. So my son, Nico, he's 18. So he's a senior. He's about to graduate high school. My daughter, Jadalyn, she just turned 16. So she's a sophomore. So they're big kids. Praise Jesus. So I been teaching them how to be self-sufficient, and I like to call myself an unorthodox mom. So I'm a single co-parenting mother. I'm divorced and everything. So they know how my lifestyle is. They know that, okay, mommy's going right now. Mommy got to go out and make the money because that's what I do. And they know that me making the money means me being on set. So they know if mommy's going to set, they understand that there is no rap time. And they also understand that I probably can't answer my phone, but they are texting me. Don't get it wrong. They are texting me like, mommy, we need this. Can we go here when you come back? I'm on set, But they understand that. And so it makes it easier because it's not just something brand new to them. We've been doing this for years.
So they've been groomed, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, they've been groomed to know that mommy's liable to be up at 3, 4 in the morning working on, projects.
Right.
At home, and then going to sleep and get up later. And, oh, mommy, can we do this? And sometimes I have to tell them no because I'm going to set. Or I'm working into their schedules. They need drop-offs and pickups. And I'm like, let me check my calendar. They know to ask in advance to put them on my calendar. So they already learned years ago they need to be on my added on my calendar to get their stuff done.
Right.
But it's great. I love having them.
No. That's amazing. And I'm grateful that they are able to understand your plight in life and what it is that's just most important to you. Would you want your daughter to follow in your footsteps as well?
Either of them. I'm open to whatever they want to do, but living this lifestyle as an entrepreneur is showing them that they don't have to have a 9 to 5 because they see me work like, oh, mommy can make money with the gifts God gave her. Just learn the skills and do the stuff. You can make money your own talent. So they've learned that they don't have to have a regular 9 to 5. But if they do, that's fine.
Right.
But they can have different avenues of making money. So I'm teaching them what it means to go out and get your own, make your own way, and do what they want to do, and support them.
Right. And I'm glad you put it up for both because yes, you have a son and you have a daughter. I was looking at it more for the daughter because it's more or less like I would, as a responsible mother, you would never want your child to follow and do anything that you don't think that was safe or anything. So I guess that's where I was getting at. But yes, for sure, I think as parents, we want our kids to, be happy. I would say that I would like my daughter. I think my daughter, in my circumstance, she sees me as like the
She's
entrepreneur.
14, right?
Yep, she's 14.
Say teenagers, yeah.
Yeah. She sees from my side, she sees the entrepreneurial grind, and then for her mother's side, she sees a little bit more stability.
Right.
But I think that as time going on, I think I see more and more my side starting to flourish because she's starting to get bit. Like the other day, she cut up some jeans and was like, "Daddy, I could sell these," and I'm like, "Yeah."
See, look, she got that mindset. That's right. That's right.
Entrepreneurship right
That's
there.
right.
So I think so right there. You say you do a lot of like combat scenes, all right? Like you do a lot of like action scenes and so forth for someone?
Yes, because I do have a black belt and I enjoy being flipped around and flipping people around and fighting and all that stuff.
Right. One of the movies I seen you in, you was in there fighting,
I was.
And let me put this out here that you was in a movie with your father. You and your pop was in a
yes,
movie.
that was my first film, No Games. That was the first one we shot. That was so much fun.
Right.
I got to fight on camera. That was really fun.
I did
put my dad in there. Yeah, I did.
Right. No, but I just think that's amazing. As a father, I think that is really amazing. The fact that to see you with your pop and y'all experiencing something so deep. Like he is now. Do he have a love for film, or is he just doing it because his little girl doing it?
Actually, I think since they retired, both of my parents have come into my world. I've gotten my parents in here, my brothers, my kids, different times been on set and acting sometimes. I got my best friends in here, like Karina Banks and Denise Picard. I get them in films and we're just...
Shout out to Karina.
Yes,
she's beautiful. Oh my God.
Gorgeous.
She is
yes,
beautiful.
Karina.
All right, hold on. Let me move past. All right, go.
But yes, I've gotten people in there and it's easier for them to understand my world because they're not just watching from the outside in looking.
Right.
And when I say I go to set now, because they've been on set, they understand that there is no rap time. And I'm like, all right, I'll see y'all later. They understand it because now they understand how it works being on the inside. They've been on set for hours now. So they know when I say I'm going to set, it could be 5 hours, could be 10 or 12 or 14 or,
Right.
So it's cool.
Switching gears a little bit, let me ask, are you dating?
Well, let's say yes.
Okay, cool.
Let's say yes.
So with all that you got going on, how is the dating life? Like, look, come on, let's go. Because I'm pretty sure them DMs about to blow up and stuff like that. So what's going on?
I do get a lot of offers. And I'll keep it right. I do get a lot of offers. I don't accept a lot of offers because I'm not interested. And also, I have to, when I do go out, I have to really look at my calendar. Because as we stated, I have 2 teenagers.
Right.
And also, they both got their permits, so I'm also taking them out driving a lot. And I'm working, so I'm on set more times than that. I'm always on set. So the little time, I'm really selfish with my time because it's precious to me. Because I don't get a lot of time to myself, so I choose to spend it with someone to go to date that want to take it seriously. Like, okay, I took this time out to go out with you. So.
Right. So, cool. So the opportunity presents itself, you would, but it's just it's very hard.
Yes.
Right.
I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind. It's nice to be taken out, treated like a lady,
Right. Do you find that the men that you come into contact with, are they like, I don't want to say the word intimidated, but like, what is some of the roadblocks you typically get in this space?
I would say some don't understand set life.
Okay.
And they get cut off because it gets attitudinal, and I don't have time for that because it's like they'll text me, I've been calling you. Why are you ignoring my calls? I'm sorry. I'm directing, calling quiet on set. My phone cannot be going off. My phone is silent. I can't answer the phone. Like, people get attitudes of not understanding that, and I don't have time for people like that. So
Right.
that's
Right.
which I'm not upset about, like cutting them off, because it's like it's not going to serve purpose to me. It's not for me.
No. I respect that. I mean, sometimes, I know as it's hard dating in these spaces because I know the hours are very long. You're here with the opposite sex for many long hours.
I am.
And if people do not understand, they don't come from that world.
Yes.
It's really hard for them to understand. Like,
Yes.
hey, look, you've been in the room with him for how many hours?
Right. And if
you
like I said, I'm usually the only girl on set sometimes. I'm taking pictures. I'm model with you guys too. And, I'm taking pictures and I'm doing this. And I got like, sometimes I might have a sex scene or a kissing scene, and they got to either be secure in it or
that's a lot.
Keep going. But if
That's
they
a
keep
lot.
moving, that's fine with me, because I'm going to still do this because this is what my heart is.
No,
this is my
for sure.
passion, what I'm meant to do.
Sure. No, and that's a lot. I mean,
it is.
Everyone like to think about it and say, oh, I would love to date this actress or be with that.
Exactly.
But can you see your woman on a 32-foot screen kissing another man,
right.
Or
that's
having
real.
Sex with another man? That's a
real.
real thing.
It
It's
is.
not something for the faint of heart.
But for me, I don't want to choose what I'm doing based off of feelings. If I decide not to do a role, I want it to be on my terms, my decision, not based off of how somebody else feels. Because if I feel like I can give my all to this role and do it, I'm going to do it. I don't want anyone to stop or hinder me. I've been there before. I'm not going down that road again.
Right.
So
right.
I just
That makes sense.
living in what God has for me, like all of me, and this is me, and I'm so happy right now.
So when roles, how do you determine your roles? Like, what do you say? Like, I look for in my role. I know you already talked about fighting, so it's like I want to kick ass in this role.
Besides that, I don't want just the basic, like, oh, I'm the cute girlfriend, the wife, oh my goodness, the mom. I don't want any of that.
Right.
That's too easy. I want something complex. Give me the one that has something that has, like, I don't know, childhood trauma, and that has to pour through to the, to her present day, and then she goes, different. I just need complexity. Just more than surface level. So have me challenge me to dig deep to really go into the role.
Right. You don't want to be, what's it called? Typecast?
Exactly. That's why I purposely take different ones. I'll do comedies, do my own stuff, write my own stuff as comedies, or do my own action, or just whatever, just different. I don't want anyone to put me into just particularly one type of actress.
Right. No, which makes perfect sense. With that being said, how was it, like, have you been out, I know you work a lot here in Philadelphia, but have you been able to work like outside of Philadelphia, and like, how is that
Not too much. If I'm outside of Philly, it's mainly the tri-state.
Right.
It's not too much farther than Jersey, Delaware, Philly, PA. So
are you open to going to?
Yes. My life will change soon, yes.
Right.
So I do plan to travel somewhere, yes.
All right. So for those who don't know, you understand that I have been telling her to get out of town for a very long time.
Yes, Zachary, you have.
Right. I've been telling her, I said, because I feel as though while Philadelphia is great here in film, I feel as though that you are a big fish in a small pond, and I feel as though that you need to go and you need to go find other opportunities. There's a lot of other opportunities in a lot of other places which will be beneficial to you. So I wanted to put that on record that I fully support you.
Zachary's been telling me this for like a couple of years.
Forever.
Forever. Yes.
So, but yeah, absolutely. So we talked about your ideal role and what you want to do. Is it anything that you, is it anybody who if you was given an opportunity, who would you work with?
I love Taraji P. Henson. I do love her. I've always loved her. She's someone I would love to work with. I love Trey Songz too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody who knows me knows that.
Oh, okay.
Like I would.
We talked about acting. We said, who would you want to work with? Oh my God!
Is he making a movie or something? Or is it something he's doing something? He could be in a movie, like
Just Trey Songz, right? All right. Moving on.
Singers and artists, they do become actors at times. They transfer over and.
No, absolutely. Let's talk about your production management experience a little bit more, okay?
Okay.
Let's talk about that and what it takes to command a movie set. You know, like what have your experiences been like? You know, when they look around and they say, "Hey, the person you need to be taking directions from, not him, move out the way, but her." What have your experiences been like with that?
I've been blessed to work with great people who respect me as a director and a producer and listen to me. So it's more so I like to have everything, organized. So the pre-production portion of it is really important. I like to go into a project, scene breakdowns, all that stuff, script breakdowns, everything. And just to know the who's or what's. I'm usually the person on set who connects everybody, who has the crew together. Hey, they're asking me, are we shooting today? What's the schedule? I'm the person, the go-to person, usually go-to. I'm the one usually getting the cast together sometimes and making sure everything's coordinated to make sure, craft services where they need to be. Making sure, who's getting paid. Sometimes I may have to write the checks out and, the invoices and stuff. So I'm go-to person, I guess?
The go-to, right.
I guess that generally if somebody has questions, they're probably, where's Laveta? Where's Laveta? And asking for me to, have the right answers.
Right. So in closing, I want you to tell where people could find you at and,
yes.
put all your social media information. First and foremost, was you cool today? You had a good time?
I want to personally thank you so much for having me. Okay. Like, I really enjoyed my time here. And just, you allowed me the space to let people know that I am the prize. So I want to thank you for that because I most definitely am. Ask anybody who knows me, like you already know. Exactly. I want to thank you, Zachary, for having me. You can find me. My website is lavetacameron.com, LaVetaCameron.com, and Facebook, Laveta Cameron, Instagram and TikTok at Lady Ninja Storm and Lady Ninja Storm Productions. Thank you.
Cool. Well, again, I am Zachary King. Thank you for the beautiful compliment. That really means a lot. This is the Future is Female podcast. We out.